What's good, y'all? Welcome back, or welcome to the Ball Don't Lie podcast. We got a good episode in store for you guys today. Before we get into the episode, I just want to ask you guys, can we hit a like goal? First like goal of the podcast going on. What should we aim for? I got 5 likes. I got 5 likes here, just starting off small.
No, 7.
I think 25 to 50 is a good start.
Oh, no, chill out.
Chill out? That's too much?
5. Let's go 5.
5?
5 is crazy.
25.
25 is pretty good.
All right. Let's see.
25.
Hey, yeah, that is 5. That's 5 right there, bro.
Hey, that's about 5 right there.
I don't have burners. I don't have any burners.
Okay, 25 likes just in case.
Just for Gabe. Just for Gabe.
Yes, sir.
All
It's
right.
me.
With that being said, I want to talk about this. Well, I already talked to you about this.
Yeah, what's up?
Who here saw that AOT episode? Anybody?
This
talk
is
about
fire.
it.
You haven't seen it?
You haven't seen it?
You haven't seen it?
I'm
I
not
was you like 3 days ago.
Spoiler free. You ain't seen it?
I'm not going to for a minute.
All right,
you
spoiler
still
free,
gotta catch up
spoiler
with
free.
No, I'm caught up. I just don't feel like watching it.
You know, it's like you have to wait like 6 months for the next episode,
Who the fuck
right?
just says that?
Why?
Wait, we need to talk about that.
watching,
Why would you just say that?
I'm watching Black
2 people
Clover.
haven't seen it.
Wait, what are you caught up to?
So,
I'm caught up on everything.
He
So
hasn't
you don't
seen
wanna
the 1
watch
hour.
the
He didn't
new
see
episode?
Yeah.
No,
You're not
'cause
caught up.
I'm not that hyped up for AOT because I
You're
don't
not
like
caught
how
up.
they what's it called
You're not
butchered
caught
dude's character.
ooh.
Who is
The
here?
main Aaron. I don't like his character.
Butchered?
Yeah, I don't
Nah,
like
he
his
doesn't-
character.
Listen, I used to
That's
respect
the
your
point.
takes. I used to respect your takes, man.
Move on,
Hey,
man. That's
man,
crazy.
what kind of
I
animal?
haven't even finished I haven't finished the 3rd season, but
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so I'm not going
Third
to
season.
talk about
Oh,
anything.
No,
not the 3rd season. I'm
Return
talking
to
about, like,
Shigan shit.
hold on.
Return.
the last
Hold on.
part.
He don't even know anything. He does not know anything.
I don't like his
Didn't even
character.
get off the island
Isaac,
yet.
Isaac.
You got a problem.
I'm not caught up with the last
So
drop.
you haven't seen the 4th season?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
not
Okay,
caught up
okay.
on anything.
I thought you didn't even go to the basement yet, bro.
I was like,
I was like,
I was
basement?
like, that's
I
wild.
just didn't finish the
That's
last
crazy.
part. Like I still have like a few episodes of the last
okay,
part.
okay.
Like I haven't seen it.
Oh, they're
Listen.
in Marley already.
Yeah.
I just don't like his character like that.
I'm not
That's
gonna
the
lie.
beauty of
Hey,
it.
Let me say this.
I
Let
guess
me
it
say
is the
this.
beauty of it, but
Oh, one
I
at
feel
a
like
time, one at a
watching it
time.
right
Yeah.
now.
Let me say this. I was underwhelmed with the episode. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was the time I waited for it, but I was underwhelmed with the
We
episode.
can't say too much
Yeah,
because
don't
they haven't
spoil
seen
But
it.
that's all I said. That's all I
You
said.
saw it, though?
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
it.
I didn't know you saw it.
Hey,
I recorded a
I'll
reaction.
say this for him.
DZZ.
The reason, like, he's tripping off saying that about his character because it makes, like, it's not a situation where a lot of other typical anime tropes are
Sure.
suggesting that, oh, he's evil just because there has to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
The reason he's evil,
He is.
it makes logical sense with what happened in the story.
So,
like
yeah,
this thing that
it's-
happened.
it's good
That's why it's
character.
genius.
It's good character development
Yeah.
for sure. It
But you
betters
don't
the
like the
story.
development?
Yeah, me personally, I don't like him as a character. I don't
Yeah.
like him as a character
That's-
as much as
that's
I did in
why.
the past.
It's debatable.
So I
It's
don't wanna
debatable.
watch
Fuck?
Huh? Well, I don't want to spoil it for a
Who do you
while.
like? Who do you
We
like
gotta
more?
move on.
Who do
We
you like
gotta
more than
move
him, real
on.
quick? Who do
We
you
gotta
name
move on.
someone you like more than him?
What's the dude's name?
Armin?
No.
Aaron?
I don't like
Armin
Armin.
is a
You like
balance.
Levi,
Starts with L. Levi. There you go. That's my
I wanna
nigga.
say, yeah,
Levi's
okay.
my nigga.
Levi?
Yeah,
He
Levi's
just
my
got
nigga, bro.
fucked up.
Nah,
So
I
how's
passed
he
that.
gonna
I
be
passed that part.
fucking?
Okay,
Okay, but
okay.
the way he
I don't
did,
know.
was
Yeah,
kind
but
of
move on.
kinda crazy.
'cause
We
I
gotta
also
move on.
Luckily,
Omari
I
knows
passed
too
that
much.
part, but don't.
Thank
yeah.
God. 'Cause I
Basketball.
forgot about you. I'm
All right,
sorry.
basketball. There's a lot of recent news to talk about. We make sure keep it one at a time. Give our thoughts because I want to have this clippable for the shorts.
Shorts.
So let's get into the most recent thing that came out this morning. It's not really a big deal, but I just want to talk about it just to get your opinions on it. So this is a quote from Kyrie Irving. Shout out to him, by the way. He said, "Gambling and sports betting has completely taken the purity and fun away from the game at times. There's a difference between being a diehard fan and supporting your team and loving your team versus somebody that's betting on a parlay or somebody that wants to hit."
Hey, man, he doesn't really care about that, dude. He's making so much money to care about gambling and the state of gambling. And yes, he gets DMs, but I mean, like, everybody gets DMs. Just ignore him, bro. Like,
Hey,
it's not the
Rozier?
biggest thing. Yeah,
Oh, that's
Rozier's
funny.
thing was
I
funny,
think
too.
he's now one of my I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but I don't like that.
Kyrie?
He's been
Oh,
doing
this
this.
I
guy-
for-
don't want to sound like a hater,
No,
but I hate
I
that
seen
nigga.
him. Did you see him go live yesterday?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the live itself.
Wasn't that
Hey,
where this is from?
No,
He
look at
talked
me.
Twitch,
Look
yeah.
at me though. Hudson, look at me. You gonna tell me that
No.
man's not crazy?
Huh?
You gonna tell me he's not crazy?
No,
No, I
sounds
don't think
very
he's
bad.
crazy.
Sounds-
no,
I don't
that
think he's
man's-
crazy. I think he likes expressing his mind a lot about what
You can
he's
tell
thinking.
You
that, like-
misunderstand it.
No, definitely not.
100%.
You can tell that he's like, oh no, bro, like
Yeah, he don't even know what he's saying. Like,
weird.
I know what he mean. I know what he
He's
means.
that weird guy. Like, what the fuck?
He
like,
likes to talk. He likes to chat.
They like to talk a lot about themselves too.
He's like DJ Academics.
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Academics. I hate
Yeah, that's
academics.
I
different
think-
type of
I don't know.
talking.
I don't like him. I'm not a fan at all.
That's
Academics
fair
are
because
fed.
I know why you wouldn't like him because he just rambles a lot about like what he does.
Not NBA.
About how people don't
He
like
approaches it
him,
too.
about how
Yeah,
shit's
yeah.
unfair. Boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, yeah.
Like fuck, bro. And then,
Stop
I get you, I get
but
you.
Stop
then when
complaining.
you do something bad, like you don't want to like leaving some
not to it?
team or doing
Yeah, yeah.
anything else. Like you don't take any accountability for anything. You don't say shit.
That's one thing I will say. I'll
Yeah,
agree with you.
I'll
Everything
take
else I
accountability
don't,
for
but the accountability thing, I'll agree with you on that. He really doesn't.
W.
He
I
said-
never
he
thought about
said-
it like that.
He said as part of this like little interview or whatever, live or whatever, he was saying that like, oh, everybody thinks I'm the cancer when there's 15 other people on the team, and that is true. But it's like clearly most of it was on you.
No,
No,
he's definitely destroyed 3 franchises.
Exactly.
I don't want to go that far. I don't want to
No,
go that
but-
far. I don't want to
but
go
he
that
had
far.
a
He didn't
part,
destroy
though.
them.
He had
I
a
think he
part,
did.
though.
He did.
It's just the
It's
franchise
not
like
just
say-
coincidence
Celtics,
that everywhere
Nets,
you
yeah.
He did
go.
not destroy the
He
Nets. They
destroyed
went to
them.
the finals last year.
Nets?
The Celtics. How did they destroy
No,
them?
the Celtics prior before.
They didn't destroy
They
them.
didn't
They're
destroy them.
completely
They've always been
fine, bro.
fine.
They're
Yeah,
I'm
they've
talking
fine.
been fine the
about
whole
the
time.
fall off of like.
It wasn't even that
It
bad.
wasn't
Like,
fall off though.
But it wasn't
Like,
that hard.
no, you're
it wasn't
over-exaggerating.
It was the fall off, but the
I mean-
Celtics recovered like W recovery.
it
That's what they
wasn't
did.
like
It
him
was bad.
leaving didn't set their
When he-
franchise
he
back
left- he
years,
left-
bro.
He left.
That's not
What
destroyed.
year did he leave?
Yeah, it's like
It's been like 4 years before they made.
They
it
made to the
finals.
Eastern Conference Finals like
4
2
years
years
later.
later. 2 years later.
2 years.
Yes.
You're forgetting about the bubble.
Wait, so do you think all the criticism he gets is like not his fault?
No, they made it to the
No,
they made
it's
it
his
to the
fault.
to the Eastern
It's
Conference
easy.
Finals.
It's
Tatum's
warranted.
rookie year.
yeah, like
It's warranted the hate he
Yeah,
gets.
without him.
He does a lot of stuff that's just like weird.
They made the
IRL.
playoffs damn near every
the hate he
season.
isn't warranted, but he definitely hasn't just like you can't just say he destroyed.
2019.
destroyed is
It's
crazy.
The Cavs are
2023.
straight too.
2019. So
He
it's,
left
it
the
was
Cavs.
4 years.
He
He
left
left
the
the
Cavs.
But they were in the
Everyone
playoffs
kept
every
going.
season.
Every
It's not like
stage.
they missed the playoff. They were in the playoffs every season until that.
I mean, with that talent, of course you're gonna make the playoffs, regardless.
But
of
so
the
he didn't
Cavs-
blow. He didn't destroy their
Yeah,
franchise.
he blew-
I mean, but with Kyrie, they would have obviously.
You got
only
you
one-
got to use lighter
the
words.
only one he
That's a
destroyed,
crazy
the only one he
statement.
blew up
Let's
was
see.
the Nets. The Nets he blew up.
Yeah,
the rest
the
of them,
Nets.
Cavs
I'll
later.
agree.
He should have
He
never
didn't
left the
blow up
Cavs. He
his
they
life.
had a
What do you mean?
championship
Without-
team the whole time he was
without
there.
him,
They made it to the
after that.
finals
They
without
went
his
to the
ass.
finals.
But they
Yeah,
went to,
later.
they went against the Warriors. They needed him.
They
in the
needed
fourth
They
quarter.
were gonna
Kyrie,
lose
bro.
us. Okay, but true. But
They've been
to say
decent for a
he
few years.
destroyed
Like,
their
bro, Kyrie
franchise.
off when they went.
He's
to
not
the
good
Room.
enough to destroy a
LeBron,
franchise.
Gentlemen,
Slow down.
it's like destroyed, bro. Come on.
No,
If
you are
Kyrie was there, they
overreacting.
went to 6 or 7. If
Yeah,
Kyrie
not-
was
Can
there,
we say
Oh,
he
that's
was
not
he was a
destroying the
distraction?
franchise.
Okay, he was a
No, but
distraction
he
to 3
definitely-
franchises.
Yes,
Is it not?
distraction
Yeah,
for
distraction,
sure.
yeah,
But
but
That's
That's
not
not
a
his whole
cancer.
career.
That's
Saying
a
that
cancer
that's
to the
no-
team, is it not?
Yeah, you can't
Saying
say
he's
sole
destroyed
reason that
the
they-
franchise.
I'll change my
But
he
wording.
definitely had a
I'll change my
hand in it.
wording. He's hurt 3
Yeah.
franchises.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
hurt.
agree with
That's
that
a
for
great
sure.
way to
That's
put it.
a
Hurt.
very different than destroyed.
That's a bad thing. Can we
Yeah,
agree on that?
it's a
Yes,
bad
yes.
thing, too.
bro, some days I'll be like with Kyrie. Some days I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like
Yeah,
just really,
exactly.
I'm
like
a Kyrie
really,
fan.
like,
I'm
bro,
always
like,
with
go
Kyrie.
ahead.
I understand
Like,
why
dog,
he
you-
left and why he did his thing.
wait, rewind. What'd you say?
He's
I'm always with
doing
Kyrie, but
him.
he
I
did
think-
destroy 3 franchises.
I think I'm
not gonna
boys with
deny it.
Kyrie. I know what he's
Doing
saying.
him.
I'm always with Kyrie, but talking back to his point about
Cut.
him not
He's
taking
doing him.
accountability for his actions is a great point that he mentioned. So like
Yeah, I'll agree with
thinking
that.
about that, he did hurt 3 franchises, but I'm still gonna stand with Kyrie and his perspective on things.
Got it.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
What kind of sense does that make, bro?
I mean, because
Well,
at the end of the day, it's like a
talking about his
player's.
point to
It's
why
still like
I
a player's
Kyrie.
first. Like if he chooses, that's what he wants to choose. Just like at the end of the day, like
Yeah, he's
a
not
lot of
solely
things-
only
a lot
basketball.
of the
You know, I
thing-
like him as a
yeah.
character and stuff.
But you
too.
think
A lot
what he
of
did
things
was
he said-
right?
No,
but it
I
may
can
not.
but
you
disagree
stand
with
with it?
him. I can disagree
It may
with
hurt-
what he's done and still like him as a person.
It may have hurt. Like even if it hurts these franchises, it's just like
I mean,
who can like who is it hurting for? Like you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, if
That's
we're,
your
if we're
franchise
gonna
back. Losing
Yeah,
a player.
yeah, I
that's
got a
not
question. But I'm
the
saying, like,
way
when
he
it-
leaves sends your franchise.
But
I-
it's
I-
addition
I-
by
okay, look.
subtraction.
let me like
I got a question after.
what Kyrie was saying on the stream was like, you guys are destroying. It's like, bro, like, at the end, who is he really hurting? Like, niggas act like he's out here like hurting people. You know what I mean? Like,
like
people are
this-
losing they like people. But I'm saying they start treating him like he's like, it's
We
it
go talk
really
about
affects
someone else who
people's
really
lives. Like,
destroying franchises.
yeah, no, but
so I'm just
I'm
just
talking
saying.
about like people act like it truly affects their lives, whether like where he feels like going. You know, like it's just like if it's his
It does impact
Personal-
people's lives, though. It impacted Kevin Durant's life. He's a fun now because
okay,
of
but
it.
at the end of the day, these niggas is
It impacts Sean
Making-
Marks'
making
life.
money.
too,
He's
impact
probably in a
LeBron.
better
Impacts Joe
spot.
Tsai's life.
He's
It
on a
impacts
better
bunch of
team too.
people's
Like
lives.
I think the
is
Nets
he in
is
a worse
more of a
spot?
reason
No.
than just him and KD. Like, there's no way
Yeah,
that
like it's the front office too. Like there's no
James
way,
Harden
like,
didn't want to be there
obviously,
either.
yeah.
Watch
But
it
I'm
impact
just saying that it
the
impacts,
Mavs.
his decision impacts others' lives for sure.
Well, people act like I'm saying people like put it like so personally on him. You know what I mean?
I mean, it does, but not crazily. Like, you still hooping. Like, you still playing basketball. It's not
At
like
the end of the day,
what he
it's
did. It's
basketball.
like you got to go to court. And, like, no, it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Obviously, it's just basketball, but I mean, from a basketball perspective, you can feel that way because he has left multiple franchises not in disarray, but he's hurt multiple franchises.
Look, I agree with you that
He
he's
bought the Nets.
he's had a bad influence on franchises, but it's like it's putting things into perspective. It's still ball at the end of the day, and the things he doesn't interfere with anyone else's job to come to work. Like he doesn't make things awkward. Like yes, he's not accountable, and he does things sometimes to a selfish degree, but to say that he comes in there and he's like, people are scared to talk to him, or like the front office has to deal with his. Okay, like he doesn't necessarily ruin what the players do on a day-to-day basis. Yet he might be a distraction, but he doesn't destroy the franchise like everything's discombobulated and pre-game practices, they're so thrown off emotionally. It's not like that. That's what destroying a franchise is.
Okay, but I disagree because he's been in multiple like media affairs that made him miss games with the COVID thing and then the Jewish thing too. That hurts the chemistry of the team and how they mesh well going into the season or going into the playoffs. When you just implement him back into the offense, it's like you got to figure out everything that's going on.
He did cook the Nets. Like the Nets,
but
he should take
Harden too.
Hold on.
Yeah, Harden left.
The primary reason why Harden left was because of that.
Hold on, isn't like literally after the Jewish thing he came back, the Nets won like a giant winning streak, like a huge one. Like they were like number 3 or something, and like so that's like a weird thing to say that it hurt him when he came back after that, and it was like W's,
no, but
like straight W's.
It puts like negative media pressure on the team, regardless of them winning. They
What was going on during remember when the Nets were winning like 13 games in a row? KD, Kyrie were balling out.
They got coaches
I heard
fired.
no controversy, nothing. It was like W's.
Yeah.
So like what
after? But during
after? What do you mean after? Like
after everything happened, he said his apology and started playing games.
yeah, after that, like it's
Everything's
like they went on a win
already
streak,
cleared.
so it's like weird.
Everything's already cleared after that though. I'm talking about during.
But like,
let me say this,
because they wouldn't have had to go on a win streak to catch up. Like if he didn't do that.
Nobody's saying that turmoil.
That's what
I'm saying after the turmoil, they went on a W streak. Like that's all I'm saying.
He said like,
so
how are they hurting him? It's because like they wouldn't even have to be in that position.
But look,
if he didn't do that in the first place. You
know,
like,
but let's take
would've
things
been
into
cooking eggs from the
perspective
start.
though, because the media a lot of times tries to make shit like make stories up to just have a
Narratives
headline.
and shit, yeah.
So I'm not saying that what he did was necessarily right, but also like they could do that with really every player. Like someone tweets something, they could overanalyze it. LeBron tweets shit and they're like, does this mean he doesn't want to play with AD? And like, come on, bro.
Or Bronny.
That's different. Though,
LeBron compliments anybody.
But they'll do the same thing with
Anybody
Kyrie.
LeBron
They're
compliments.
looking for the next time that he
potential
does slips
teammate.
up a little bit, and they're gonna
Okay, yeah.
attack him for it.
You're right. They definitely do. But if you just look at his track record, you can make a case of why they're saying those type of things.
Bro, he
Like, they
believes-
missing games,
I understand,
the reason
but
he
it's
missing
like-
games,
He believes the Earth
and,
is
like,
flat.
That is crazy. That's why.
And
Don't
you
worry.
really
He gave
like
that up.
defending
He gave
this
that up.
man, bro.
He gave
That's
that up, man.
crazy.
I can defend what
He
people
knows
say
that he
that
was
he's
wrong. He
destroying
admitted he was
teams.
wrong.
Just
and,
say
like,
if he's wrong about
cancer.
one thing, is there a chance?
I'm not gonna call him a cancer, bro. Like he seems like he actually
I feel like
spreads
he
with
only-
the people he
Who the
plays
fuck
with.
called
though.
him cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's because you know what? You don't know who you're gonna get.
I don't think he's necessarily.
He's like a
cancer.
fucking Gemini, bro. He's
Honestly,
fucking weird.
sometimes
Now
I
we
feel like-
now you the crazy one.
Now let's
No,
just
I
move
don't
on.
believe in that, but
Last
like
point,
just
last point.
by what it is, like they just switch up. He's so weird, bro.
All right, next
What was I
topic.
gonna say? I forgot.
All right.
Move on.
Okay, move on. Next topic. Okay. Sad news. There's a growing possibility that Chicago Bulls guard Lonzo Ball will need a third surgical procedure on his right knee and require him for another 6 months of
He just
recovery.
become the head of Big Baller Brand and call it a day.
It's over.
Yeah, just turn it to LeVar, honestly.
CEO of Big Baller Brand.
Yeah, just take over the
Him and
family business.
LiAngelo got it.
Dude, when's the last time you seen him on camera? Like, talk?
Lonzo? I don't even know.
Years.
I don't know.
it's been
It's
a
just
while.
a sad story, bro. I don't know what else.
That
to
is
say.
sad.
Isn't
I
it-
love Lonzo.
Isn't the hurt too right now?
Yeah,
but
he'll
he'll
be
be
fine.
back. Though.
He'll be
getting hurt a
fine.
lot, though.
He'll be
He
He
fine.
needs different shoes, bro. He rolls the
getting
same
hurt a
ankle
lot.
every
Yeah,
time. Like
exactly.
he needs to
He
play.
getting hurt a
His
lot.
last one was a
Pumas.
contact injury too.
Yeah,
He did it behind the
nah.
back, and he's just like
But I think it's like because he kept rolling that same ankle.
Yeah.
It just
Low
built
tops.
up and it just
dog,
don't
take the
happen.
year off, bro. Like you're not doing anything. You don't need to.
What do you mean take the year off?
He's-
You wanna
he's
get
forced to
active,
take
play
the year
basketball.
off.
I mean, you're saying just in general, like.
Oh,
if
take
it-
Year?
No,
take the season off.
no, he's saying like if the
Like
ankle
the
is like
last
a
one.
minor tweak, he was like, oh, just take the whole season off because they're not winning.
Dude,
Bro,
he's-
and then we
that's
complain
weak.
about players sitting
Yeah,
out.
that's
What the
what they was
fuck?
doing at
Say that
SGA.
crap.
I can say, but you got
SGA, they
injured.
would sit him.
This would have
Like-
happened.
As a
Okay,
fan,
but
I
it
would
Or take
happens.
longer to come back at least. Take
No, but
longer.
he
No,
was
he's
saying
healed.
we don't like players
Okay,
sitting
he's
out.
healed,
He's
but he
like
got injured
LaMelo,
again.
take your time, buddy.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
injured, but he's healed, but he got injured again, bro. Like,
Okay, it just happens. That's basketball, bro.
oh, it just happens. But when
If
it
the ankle gets
happens,
hurt-
it just else happens.
Who's talking about AD? I'm
I'm talking about
anything
injuries. I'm talking about injuries. I'm talking
You're
about
having a
injuries.
KD. How can you even predict that shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why are you on AD's head top when you
KD
can't
shit
predict
was
stuff?
crazy.
Nobody's on AD's head top right now.
Yeah, not right now.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Remember, right now.
The same.
We
If
don't
he's-
gotta come
if
at
he's
him right
wrestling for back-to-backs like he did, I think, a week ago.
Who likes
that's-
KD?
That's a problem. Anthony Davis.
KD?
First
Hudson
time.
Dots KD.
It's not a problem.
Yeah?
I
I know
have
it
to
is.
rest a back-to-back to be able
Like-
to go through the rest of the season and be in good shape for the playoffs.
Okay,
That's
but
fine.
What if they lost that game? Huh?
They did
We're
lose that
talking
game.
about AD though.
No, they
KD
beat
don't
OKC.
No, the back-to-back they didn't play.
Wait, Anthony Davis
Oh,
didn't
you're
play?
right.
He
Exactly.
won.
Well, we did win that game. So who?
Yeah. I'm
Well, I
just saying
guess
in
we'll never
general,
know. Kanye.
All right, back to the Lonzo thing. Prayers up for Lonzo. Hopefully, this surgery next season he comes back and actually puts in minutes.
Bro, they need him
Actually
too.
plays.
The Bulls need
They
him.
need,
I
they
think
need Lonzo.
that team's already cooked next year. So
One of them. You think one of them is trying to get out of
Vooch
there?
is
Oh,
gone.
Vooch is gone.
Vooch is
Oh,
gone.
well,
easily.
I'm talking
Like,
about. I'm talking about.
one of them
I'm
will
talking
be
about
gone.
Zach and
He's
DeRozan,
ass.
man.
It doesn't
Vooch
matter.
is-
I mean, you need. Personally, I think you need Vucevic there to make everything work.
Yeah,
Zach's been playing better
Vooch should
too,
stay,
so
man.
I think they're gonna keep. He's been playing a lot better second half of the season.
DeRozan been kind of booty, man. Like,
Who?
DeRozan. Actually, no, he hasn't been kind of booty, but like,
No, they should have sold him
Slow
last
down.
season when
They
he was an
should've,
All
though.
NBA player. That they
Should've
could have
went
got
to
so
Lakers.
He's
much.
still an all-star this
Should've
season.
went to the Lakers.
Still sell him if you want to.
They're not gonna get as much from him. Let's just be honest. Like,
That team is cooked this
I know
year
more,
and
yeah,
next
I know
year.
more.
Honestly,
Bulls.
all right, we got another one. This is my favorite thing of the weekend. Actually, shout out to Fred VanVleet.
y'all being
real
jailed.
nigga.
No, like,
Oh
Not
my
Real
yet.
nigga Fred, real
Come on.
nigga Fred.
Not yet.
He said, I'm gonna read this word for word. I thought Ben Taylor was fucking terrible tonight. I think that on most nights, out of the three officials, there's one or two that just fucked the game up. It's been like that a couple of games in a row. Losing on Monday at Denver was tough, obviously. You come out tonight. By the way, Monday at Denver, if y'all didn't see, they ejected Scotty Barnes for looking at the floor, like some stupid
That was
ass
weird.
shit.
That's crazy.
It was
said that like
Scott Foster?
Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck happened?
Yeah,
Scott
Scott-
Foster. But he said that like
the
they're
black
cheating.
ref. Banned,
Basically,
dude.
he said, "Oh, you guys are cheating."
Oh no, I didn't see that. I didn't see
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it-
these.
Yeah, he's just-
I'm
it's a
not even
couple-
gonna go
yeah, let
crazy
me
on
finish
it,
the
bro.
quote, and then
These
so-
refs are hoes.
It's
Because
such a
of
comp,
that,
yeah.
He said, you come out tonight competing hard, and I get a bullshit tech that changes the whole dynamic of the game, change the whole flow of the game. Most of the refs are trying hard. I like a lot of the refs. They're trying pretty hard, and they're pretty fair, communicate well. And then you got the other ones that just want to be dicks and kind of fuck the game up. No one's coming to see that shit. They come to see the players.
It's a fact.
And he got fined for it. Fined for speaking
He
the
said that
truth.
30 racks light.
He got
He said that
fined,
30 racks
man.
light. He said I carried that in my pocket right now.
Nah,
He
that-
probably gave
See, I
it
have a
to him in
different
cash.
perspective
That
like
was a
that,
light-
bro.
that was a
You
light
talk for
fine.
2 minutes and
30
lose
Drake
30K?
paid that
That's
shit.
kind of crazy.
30 racks, bro.
Bro,
paid that
He said some
He
crazy
had-
shit,
okay,
bro.
but he has a good.
He's not getting
contract.
paid like that yet.
He
Drake
still has a
paid
decent
that
contract.
shit.
He
Yeah,
has a good
30 racks.
contract, but he's not getting that big contract yet.
30 racks
30K
is
is
not
kind
He's
of.
the ambassador.
Jake had him covered.
Okay,
Jake had him
that shit.
covered.
Said, just
He
throw it out.
covers that shit.
That's his cousin.
Worth
He
it.
got him.
Hey, if
OVO,
you go
that
get
OVO.
fined, if
Motherfucker.
you
That
go
OVO
get
money.
fined, you might as well get your money's worth.
Honestly, he
Come on,
did.
man.
He didn't
Yeah,
say
that's
that. Well, I mean, he's right. Like,
sock that motherfucker.
Oh God.
but I feel like refs can never win though, ever.
Huh?
Refs.
Yeah, refs.
No,
can
but when they
never
do
Nobody
dumbass
knows
shit
they
like
have.
that,
That's
it's
the
like
fuck out of
you
one.
could easily point at that stuff.
Who do you think it would be,
Okay.
Isaac? Who do you think would slap?
Right, yeah, that's a good one.
Who,
Actually.
who do you
Nah,
think
you
would slap
should've
a ref? Like on God, who do
Who's
you?
the most likely
Oh,
to slap the
Draymond.
shit out of
Draymond,
a
right?
ref?
Maybe
Dylan Brooks.
to try and copy Draymond. Maybe.
I mean, you got to be good enough to slap a
Who would
ref.
slap
Nah,
a
bro.
ref?
Hey,
No,
yeah,
you don't.
that's
He's
a fact.
not good at
They
anything.
need to have a new rule. They need to have like a
Ref.
supreme challenge where like if this shit is this bad, you get to smack this nigga.
Challenge.
Like if
What
this
is
shit
a
is
hype
so
beast
bad,
of
like
episode?
nah, if they call it so bad and you challenge it, you get to smack this nigga. Like
Oh my
the ref
God.
who called it. That
Nigga
nigga.
sweating like. Oh
I bet
my
you
God.
those refs would be mad accurate. Like
It's like what they got in hockey, the penalty box. You get to sit in that if you smack a ref. And
get
then
to
you
pick-
come
they
back
get to
out.
pick the
They
player
play
like a
4 on
tank.
5 for
Sit
like
his
3
ass
minutes.
down. Sit his ass
they
down.
get to pick the player like a tech.
They play
So
4 on
just pick
5 for
Steven
3
Adams,
minutes
like-
while your player sits in the penalty
They
box.
should have sub refs to switch this motherfucker.
Honestly, I've
They
never
got
heard
some-
anybody
oh.
speak good about a ref.
Huh?
Nah,
In
they
the NBA?
have.
When?
Fred said some of them be doing good jobs.
Yeah, he did say that.
He
He
never
did
said
say
him
that.
by name.
do that.
He said the name of the guy who he thought was
That's a
bad.
good point.
You
That's
know what I
a good
mean?
point.
Like, as a ref, you can never win. It's a
you
job
can't
that's
And you got to give the good refs their flowers.
It's easier to throw blame than
And then, like,
for that
Warrior
stuff.
fans will say, "Oh, Scott Foster is a good ref," but he's like, our Chris
Harden
Paul
fans hate him.
Harden
Hard
fans
to
hate him.
My
They hate
friend
him.
Gebel
not
hates
great. I
Scott
don't
Foster.
care.
Gebel
I
You
hates
don't
don't
know
want,
what
you don't want
he's
either
doing.
team thinking it's
Bro.
good or bad for them.
Bro,
It
my
has to
friend-
be
That's what
neutral.
it is.
My friend would
That's
like
just the
be like
way
when
it
Harden
is.
was Harden in Houston, And when CP3 was there, he would like follow an account that would that would warn like which refs get scheduled for games. And every time it was a Scott Foster game, he's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "I'm not gonna watch this game," because at the time Scott Foster was like what 19-1 when CP3 played or something for the Rockets.
Was 19-1, bro. He was giving him the work.
He only let CP had 1 win or 0 wins or some shit. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That's an all-time record.
Dominating. Scott Foster's
Put no
dominating.
will numbers on CP3.
14 straight playoff games.
Oh, they got a fucking funny ass
14
photo.
straight. Still to
They
this
got
day.
a funny ass photo of like Scott Foster, and he's doing a T, and he's like practicing in the mirror, like right before the Rockets.
Fuck.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Scott Foster
You hear me,
asked
though?
for the games with CP.
Let me
Probably
get
ask for extra sums
Probably
games
give
this year.
Adam some.
Did you hear what I said,
Yeah,
though?
bro.
He lost 14 straight playoff games, and it's still going
That's
on to
actually
this
crazy.
day.
Man, I hope
14
Bet you
straight.
the Suns get
play
at
the
least
Suns,
2
we got
Scott
Scott
Foster
I
Foster.
think
games.
some, yeah.
Insane, bro.
That's the only man that can stop the Suns.
You know how many years that is?
And KD.
It's a lot.
Because they only have like 1 playoff game or like 1 in every series or some shit
One or
like that.
couple, yeah, or a few. He's
four.
the,
I think-
no, he's the
No.
head. He's the head referee though.
Oh, but how many does he
He's
get?
like
Top
like
dog.
a couple.
How many does he get in a series?
In like a 7
Probably
game,
like
like a
one.
couple.
No, they switched the
No, no,
refs
no.
One or
up.
two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
switched
do
the
switch
refs
it
up.
up.
Like
If it's
one,
like-
something like
if
one
it's like a
series
7
would be
game,
that.
What
So.
do you? The one
If it's a
game
7
is a
game, he'll
big
get like 2.
one.
Yeah, around 2.
Yeah,
I'd say.
there's
Spot?
like because Scott, he's like
He's
the
the number one.
top ref right now.
Top dog.
He's
Yeah,
been
so
doing it for
he
a
gets
minute.
like 2.
Probably
He
two
gets
playoff
a
games,
good amount of playoff games too, especially like as the rounds go on. Like,
Yeah, because you have to rotate around cities and stuff like
Bro,
that.
they started
that
using
nigga always there with CP there. He's there. He's like,
Book me, book me.
on the calendar. He's like,
I got that one. I got that one. I got that one.
Me.
All right.
he sound about to cook this nigga tonight.
I mean, Fred was right with what he said. I mean, if you're gonna get fined, go all out. At least speak your mind, because they've been losing games recently too, and because of ref nonsense. And I mean, you want to hype up your team to like get back into winning games.
They actually
Like, it should be
sold
the fourth
that Denver game. I don't know if
Yeah.
you watched it.
Yeah, I saw
like they were calling really iffy calls for the Nuggets, and Jokic had a bad game too. And they ejected Scotty. They was giving out dumbass fouls. Like they really cost him the game for real.
It's okay.
You can't do nothing about it. I guess just minimize risk.
He's gonna lose to LA tomorrow too, so it don't matter. It don't matter.
And man, don't
It don't
jinx it
matter.
on here, bro.
Bro, I'll say it right now. I'll make the
Hopefully.
TikTok before it even happens.
I'd rather the niggas win tonight because like now they're gonna be extra man tomorrow. I probably gonna try hard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I hope they beat
You
the
know
Clippers.
they
so
gonna
they
shoot
shoot
50% from 3. You know how it goes.
All right.
Let's get it.
Now, there's 2 things. So we're going to talk about the Josh situation. But before we talk about that, because that's a little more serious, before we talk about that, this is what I'm going to tell you guys what's going on today. I didn't tell them what's happening, just so you guys know.
Oh no.
But this is what we're doing. Today, we're doing a 2v2 trivia. So 2 of you guys get to team up. You guys can pick the teams, and it's 2v2. And I'll explain the rules.
Nah, he didn't say win.
I don't
so-
mind either. We're gonna win anyway.
I'll explain the rules when we get to it after the Ja Morant thing. But basically, it's 2v2 trivia. There's about 15 questions. Basically, person with the most points wins.
Questions,
It's NBA trivia.
obviously, but like
Anime questions.
Yeah.
Anime.
guess that NBA player.
Variety
Yeah.
questions.
But it's like current season, or it's just
Both.
like
It's
everything?
mixed in.
Okay.
Fuck.
I just want to
and-
make sure, like, I just
And
wanna
then
know beforehand.
so basically how it's gonna work is like I have a button that I brought here, so you're gonna sit here. Whoever pressed the button first gets to answer first. If you get it wrong, you get a chance to steal.
Mhm.
If you get it wrong, they get a chance to redemption, and then you get a chance to redemption. And if at that point no one
Okay.
gets it right, it's 0 points for everybody.
All right.
And just that's how we gonna do it. And there's a double
Sounds
points
good.
at the end, double points
Yeah, we can
questions.
team up.
All right. So we don't even have to move. We'll sit
They're
here.
not names
Yeah.
or nothing, right? So
It's a variety of things. It's just
Can
general.
we
trivia.
like I know we're on a team, so we can both answer together, right? Like we're
You guys can discuss it. Before.
Okay.
If you hit the
Not like
button,
it's Hassan answering and then like I.
here's what I'll say. You hit the button. You gotta give me an answer within like a reasonable time, but you can discuss it for like
Okay,
a bit.
okay.
Or if you don't know it, don't hit the button. Like
Yeah.
just because you
Nah, you should
hit
have
the
like,
button
you should have
first,
like
don't
5
matter.
seconds to say. You can't like,
Okay.
don't hit the
Yeah,
button
you're
if
right.
you don't know the answer.
I
That's
got you.
cheating. Then you go sit there and
discuss
like,
beforehand, and when
Yeah.
you think you know it, you hit the button.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me twice.
Right.
There's two of you.
Okay, we can't tell you.
We'll be us two. We'll be us
Oh,
two.
so you're together?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're right here and close to each other.
All right.
Yeah, this nigga, man, he don't know nothing.
Oh,
It's a little lopsided.
Yeah,
You
that's
niggas
why I
both
said you
watch
guys
it.
could
Yeah,
choose.
y'all
I don't
both
know
watch
nothing.
more
I
than
don't know
me and him.
nothing.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
We gotta put this one.
Open the
switch it up.
door.
I feel like it should be Huston and
Open the
Isaac.
door.
At least
We can
some,
do that.
yeah. We
Huston
gotta
and
at least put
Isaac?
that up. Like,
Me and Isaac versus.
All right.
I say, I don't.
I'll go with Isaac.
It'll
I'm
be
not
fun.
tripping.
You can be on.
Or that.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
I didn't ditch.
black people versus.
I said I'm cool with either.
That's racist.
I said because we're sitting here like
How's
this.
that racist?
All right,
Sorry.
let's talk about this.
Let's talk about Ja. I got a lot of stuff written on here, so let me just go through it, and then we
I
can
want to hear
speak
everybody's
on it.
take on it.
So let me just start from the top. I'm sure you guys are all aware who are watching, but I'm gonna just go through it one more time.
Demetrius.
Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has been suspended indefinitely after being seen on Instagram Live displaying a gun while at a nightclub after the road loss to the Denver Nuggets. So he got suspended for 2 games initially when the NBA caught that, and then he issued an apology shortly after that day, well, not an apology, but just a response. This is what he said. I take full responsibility for my actions last night. Sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting you down. I'm gonna take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods to dealing with stress and my overall well-being. So that's basically the situation as it is right now. It came out today that he's also not being charged with a crime just because they can't prove how he got the gun, where he got it from, did he get it on the plane? Probably because it's just like too hard. They don't have enough evidence to charge him with anything. But that's where we stand right now.
Yeah, from the state, not from the NBA.
Yeah, the NBA,
Colorado.
they're still doing their investigation, so we don't know about that in terms of what his suspension will be.
They're still investigating like the team playing shit because they haven't gotten
that's
dope.
right.
No,
That's
but
NBA
the police
investigation, though, not
said
the
they can't
Colorado
charge him.
police because they were gonna try to
Point
charge him for
inside.
like being there like
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
gun, but the NBA is still gonna investigate.
Yeah.
So he could still end up with a big ass.
Yeah, he'll get caught up for sure. We'll
So,
see what
like-
everyone.
Just reminds me of Creed with the gun in the bag. Where'd he go?
I mean,
Spoils.
Dang, don't.
like based on precedent, if he did bring it with him, like I would see them suspend him for the rest of the year. But like
He's
Rest-
not even coming back for the playoffs.
rest of the
I don't
year,
think.
That's
I
a
mean,
lighter.
like if they,
Looks like a lighter.
I mean, people were saying that they
No,
think
it's
that
a
the
gun,
Grizzlies
bro.
are
It's a
trying
gun.
to like.
Bro, they ain't
That's a
suspended him
lighter?
for a lighter,
People-
bro.
If
No,
it's a-
Is that a term I've never heard?
If it's
Yeah, that's
a,
what I was confused about,
If
like,
it's a
you
gun,
tweaking.
it's a small lighter.
It
They
is.
meant like a lighter. No,
It's a
wasn't
small gun. It
Yo,
was
you
a
never
gun.
seen gun
Bro,
lighters?
they're not suspending him for carrying a lighter.
It was like a
Like,
little 22, but it's like.
Isaac, I've seen a gun this big. Swear to God.
You're
That
not
works.
flexing a lighter
Yeah.
either.
But Colorado's open carry, so that's why they
Saying,
don't.
bro, this shit.
You're only not allowed
What
to.
do you think
like,
about it, though, Isaac?
Why wouldn't he have a bigger
He's
gun?
stupid.
Bro,
Oh.
Why isn't it
We
big?
can't talk to this man, bro. Someone else need to give their
I mean, he
thoughts.
pretty
Hey,
tall.
but that's a
maybe.
good take. Hey, that's a good opinion.
Next.
But, like,
He's pretty big.
I haven't
Next.
heard that.
Man,
Next.
make
That's a good one.
Next, no, it's next.
Why is
Next.
it a big
Next.
like,
Next.
pause, you know?
Next.
He hit him
Omar, you gotta
I've
give
never
your
heard that,
thoughts on
Isaac.
that.
That's
now.
why-
We
why
not
is it bigger?
condoning his behavior, bro. I cannot.
Contract is-
Okay,
Take
okay.
out a
Contract is
fucking
huge.
gun.
He got money.
Get a nice gun. What the
How you gonna sneak in a bigger gun into the club?
We gotta cut this whole segment out, bro.
No, this is the real
Dog, you can have a
This
deagle,
is the
bro. You
hard
can have a
questions that
deagle.
people are not. No podcast is asking these questions.
Who the
Alright?
fuck you
Hey,
gonna
was it
shoot?
a strip
Why
club
is
or
that
actual
High
guy so fucking
schoolers? You
strip
gonna
club?
shoot high
Strip club?
schoolers?
17-year-old.
Gonna see, he's
That was a
really
pin- that
gonna
was a
get that
pin one, for real.
motherfucker. 17-year-olds gonna get hit
Oh,
with
we
the
have to hide it in
22.
the plane too.
Huh?
If he had it in the plane, you gotta hide the gun.
What if
in
he-
the
what if
plane,
he-
too.
what if
Yeah,
he-
that's why
Smaller
Prime
guns
is-
is-
You don't think he hopped off
Yeah.
Colorado
For
and bought
sure.
that on the
No,
street?
yeah.
He hopped off the
If
plane
they
and
go
bought
in the
that.
club, are you kidding me? They would suspend him
What
immediately.
is that football player who had
There
like
was
a
bitches
sign
in
on
the
his
back.
gun with the whole like drum?
Oh, the
Arnett or
Raiders
something?
corner, yeah.
Nah,
He had a
you-
laser on
Yeah,
his
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You gotta have your shit little so
That's
you.
what I'm talking about, though. You feel
He's
me?
John Wick.
Got
He's
the
John Wick. He
fucking
got
laser on
Like,
that
wait, you're
motherfucker.
gonna show it. You gotta
Extendo
like.
got the fucking different chamber on that motherfucker too, bro.
If you're gonna be a
Red
live
dot
showing it out, you gotta like
Jesus.
show out everything.
Bet you, I bet you he would have got clout off that shit. They would have been like, Ja got that
they're gonna make rap
motherfucker.
lines.
Niggas
They're
was
gonna
making
rap
fun of
lines.
that.
If you wanted to show people you
Try
hard, you
Ja.
gotta show a bigger gun.
Ja got that fucking
Nigga need to
transformer
show
on
it.
him, like,
He need to show an
he'll
MG42.
It fucking viscerate you, brother. Like, don't
Can we get some
ever-
real opinions on this, though,
Alright,
besides the
alright.
bigger gun
That's-
thing?
Hey, get off his dick. He a thug. That's good. Nah, honestly though, like, it's like it's not even a question about whether or not he had life. You know, it's just like if you are, good for you. You know, it's
If
just
you
like
are, you'd have a bigger gun.
yeah, like first off, yeah,
I'm
first
saying,
off, you should have had a
MG,
bigger gun.
bro. Come on.
Second off, it's like, bro, you making million, you about to get all these millions. It's just like,
bro.
it's like, what's the point? Like them niggas, like, you don't want to do better shit. More, there's not shit that's more fun to do.
People
You know what I
get
mean?
when
Like,
people get millions, they don't come back to like they get
Yeah,
millions to
like-
escape this. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
I've
just
seen
Think
like,
about how he
That's-
did
that's
it
same,
too,
same
bro.
opinion.
Didn't put the fucking motherfucker on
He
it or
said-
nothing.
Dude, he was like calling
he was
me.
like,
yeah, the way he held it was
shit.
weird.
he like,
he in the club like this.
that shit looked like,
nigga, what the fuck?
it looked like a keychain, dog.
yeah, I
That shit
feel
was
like-
not cool. I did not like that. I did not like that shit. I swear to God, I did not like that
It's
shit.
funny
I
as
feel like
Nah, that
he's-
shit was not cool.
he did it because of the prior allegations he had. They're all coming out. Washington Post is saying like he has a gun on a 17-year-old.
And the beans.
That's the worst part. Why would you,
Yeah.
when all that shit's
He was feeling
happening?
all the pressure. He wanted to show people that like
Show who?
Bro,
I
I
know.
thought
Everyone said that
The
shit is
internet.
stupid.
Bro,
Shut
I
his
thought he had
mouth.
high basketball IQ, but this man's IQ off the court is
Shut his
crazy
mouth.
low.
Bro.
Crazy low.
What, all
What
that
is the
shit
thought
is going
process?
on in the
Especially
headlines, and
after
you're
a
like,
loss.
it is a great time to pull a bleep
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's
What?
just-
That's
is
my-
there
that's
anyone
He
like
said they
around
gonna
him
let this
saying
one.
no?
Yeah.
He
I'm
snitched
in
on himself.
Crawford.
Why would you do that? You snitched
to
on
that point
yourself,
of saying
John.
like, is there anyone around him say
Like,
no?
actually-
You can't really say no to the. He's like the big dog.
No,
You know how much
it don't
money-
matter.
He
You-
funds everything.
You
No,
can't have
he
yes
funds
men like that.
everything.
You
You're
can't have yes
encouraging that
men.
behavior.
Okay,
You know
you
this.
have a
You
whole
know
fucking
you can't have
church,
yes
bro.
men like
Bro,
that.
if I'm making like $100
that's why-
million,
that's why they say he
you
needs to
come
get
and start
rid of the
disrespecting me,
crowd.
and I'm giving you money.
Disrespecting,
I'm
not
gonna cut you out.
disrespecting. Hudson,
His dad
Hudson,
needs to
you
check
just got freaking alleged on like pulling up on a 17-year-old with a gun, and then the next thing you do is you go on an IG live and you're holding like keychain of a gun. Like, dog, if that's you, I'm saying you put that shit down. You're stupid as fuck.
Okay, but
Come
if
on,
you-
bro.
if you-
I
Yeah,
don't
stupid
care
as
how much
fuck.
money you like.
Yeah.
He's
Stupid
stupid
as
as
fuck.
fuck.
Nobody can argue
but
that.
if I'm-
Stupidest
if I'm
shit to
like-
do is
if
that.
I'm
If you
giving-
choose to block me after that, that's on you. But you're being
No, but
stupid
if I'm
for doing
giving you
like
like
that.
a bunch of money to put you in a position to have a better lifestyle than you already are,
Yeah.
and you come at me the wrong way, and you can't afford for me to cut
Obviously.
you
Well,
off.
you got a gun.
If John thinks
That
that's
is
the
true,
wrong
yeah.
way, or whoever thinks that's a bad way of thinking, because
It is.
That's
but
what
I-
he
No,
does.
but
Dad.
you
I'm
say
saying
that. That's in theory. But
Sometimes
if
it's
this
the
nigga is,
reality,
like,
yeah.
If he's giving you
Like-
all this money, like if he's putting it on for everybody,
It is
like,
true.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's,
You'll feel
I get what you're
less
saying.
like
I get what you're
you
saying.
can't come at him a
I get
certain
what
way.
you're
You gotta
saying.
let him
Entitled
do
to
it.
say
You know what I mean?
something, too.
Yeah.
But
You gotta tell him
you
do
need
it.
friends who don't give
And
a
you
shit
feel
that you make
invincible
all the
too.
money. You need
But
friends
his
that are
dad-
like
his
fresh
dad
friends
needs to
too. That
say
don't give a
something.
fuck about your money.
He does. That's true.
That's
Yeah.
his dad's like role.
He does need those friends, but that's why they're saying that.
But even Steven Adams, his teammates were telling
Yeah.
him like that shit. You can't do that shit. He didn't
Who's
care.
Steven Adams to say that to the best player on the team?
He's
No,
awful,
he-
man,
Bro,
bro.
what the fuck
The
you
veteran.
mean?
The only
Who is
veteran on the
He
team.
makes just as much
I'm
money
your
as him.
No, if I'm
fucking-
Jaw. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I
who
don't
am I?
give a fuck. You can't, bro.
I don't care either,
So you
nigga. Like,
think
I'm
God's
I'm
a
him.
You respect the vets in the locker room. Everybody respects the
I'm
vets.
him. Without me, this
Okay,
team is
see,
nothing.
nah,
You
but
mean?
Yeah, that type of attitude
Oh
is
my
get you
God,
kicked out the
Hassan,
fucking
no way
league.
you
Like he's
think
getting
this.
kicked out now.
There's
That's
no
what
way.
Jaw would like.
I get what you're saying, but that's even then.
Bro,
if you're that
everybody
dumb to think
respects their
this,
vets. If you
no
have that
way.
attitude, you're not going to be shit in the league.
Yeah.
I hope
but
you understand.
the
The
way
best
that- the way
players
that
respect their
Memphis-
vets.
the way the
he
Memphis-
agrees with you. He's saying
No,
Jaw
he knows,
is
he knows.
thinking like
Even
that.
He knows.
He's saying
Okay,
that.
Josh is thinking
He's
like
saying
that.
Yeah,
Jaw.
that's
That's
what
what.
But you're saying it's
even-
wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. for
Okay,
sure.
okay,
He
okay.
said-
I
he
thought you
agrees
said
with you.
that's okay.
Even
Oh,
if
yeah.
Jaw
I was-
was
I'm
like,
just-
let's do this crazy.
I thought he was trying to justify that.
Oh,
That's
no,
why I
He's
was
like in the
heated.
mind of Jaw Wick.
yeah,
In the
this
mind
is
of Jaw
Josh's
Wick.
Motherfuckers
Like the way they came up too.
thought he
They
was
didn't have.
fucking
I
what?
thought he was arguing for
No.
him. That's
No,
why
no,
I
no,
got
no.
heated.
This is like I'm speaking as
Yeah.
if I was Jaw in
Yeah.
his perspective.
For
You know what I
sure,
mean?
for sure.
And saying like the way that they came up, they didn't have any veterans when they were winning games. You know. So how are you going to respect? You need like a hierarchy of players, a hierarchy of veterans starting off to teach you the right way and teach you how to play basketball. That's why people are saying like Houston, they're not as good as they should be because they don't have any veterans or a veteran presence. You know.
Yeah.
The niggas just be out there hooping.
Yeah, like they just be,
It's a
they do
pickup game
anything
every
they
day,
want to.
like-
YMCA.
Yeah, it's just pick up
They're like,
games.
I have a
why
question.
would I, if I'm Ja Morant and I'm the guy, I'm him, like, why am I going to listen to Steven Adams in the first place?
Well, that's
'Cause without
exactly-
me, this team
That's
is
the
done.
issue.
That's exactly why they're on the team. They help that stuff. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
know more
But I
about,
feel like
especially
it's-
the outside life. Like they've been long enough in the league to see that
Yeah.
shit that goes on.
Yeah,
See, that was going on like 14, 15 years, something like that.
yeah, but
Steven Adams.
that goes back
Oh
to my
no,
point.
not
like,
even. He's 29 years old.
Yeah, he's young.
He's a young
I'll
man.
be forgetting, bro.
I'm a young
I
man.
feel like he was like, I feel like when he was on the Thunder, he was
Bro, he
already
said
like
14.
30. Like I thought he was
Nah,
30 on the
nah.
Thunder, nigga.
He just looks
8
mad
years.
old.
He
8
just old
years.
as shit. He just looks
Yeah.
old as shit.
No, like 10
Nah, he's
years.
really not that
No,
old.
not
He's
even.
that
That's
old.
Even
impossible.
10?
Nah,
No,
not even 10, nah.
maybe
He's really
maybe
not that
this
old.
is his 10th season
I
at
feel
most.
like it is.
maximum.
Like now that you remind me, that
it
is
up.
true. He's really
Because I'm
young.
like, I feel like I remember seeing him in like 2012.
He's still a vet, but it's not like I was thinking he was
Yeah,
like
he's
a
a
Dudley.
veteran. Oh.
You know, like 35 still.
But he's a
like,
wise like vet, like
Yeah, yeah.
or a
Yeah,
wise
yeah,
for
but-
his age. So
But Jock can't be saying
Sorry,
that.
at 2016.
no, go to Basketball
John did
Reference.
it.
There's no
It'll
way
tell
he
you what
would
age
say
he
that.
was at the first
That was
season.
just dumb. It's like not even about owning guns, nigga. You can own the whole arsenal. You can own the fucking Navy. It's just like, why are you posting this shit
17
in the middle of
He's been
scandals?
9
Like,
years.
It's just
And then
stupid.
the way he did it, bro.
I feel like
You know what I
it was
will
gonna
say?
happen it was gonna happen.
Nigga should have cameoed in a music video or something.
Yeah, that would have been.
At least
like,
he did.
oh
He
my
could
God.
have got his fix out.
The path that he
Yeah,
was
but
going through with like all the allegations, it was gonna happen regardless to something of this extent. That's like gonna get him in trouble. I didn't think it was gonna be him flashing a gun. I was thinking like he was gonna go through like
Why,
a
he's
legal.
snitching on himself.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he was gonna go through like a legal process that really woke up his eyes about how he can lose everything from doing some stupid
Right.
stuff. You know, Like Gilbert, I mean, it was a different time, but Gilbert Arenas actually like lost a lot of stuff doing what he did.
Well, you know what I will say?
As far because they didn't even see him with the weapon.
I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
I'm glad that it happened. Like with this, like I know it's not a small situation, but it's also not big. Like it could have went further. And I'm glad like this got caught and it wasn't like anything worse than it is.
well,
like if he never went on IG Live and actually like ended up shooting at somebody with a
Not
gun.
bad.
He's not shooting at somebody.
You never know. Hey, Joe, you never know.
Hell,
Not
more
because
clout.
no. The thing is, like, if he's
Or just
doing,
shooting it like in the air,
he's
just
doing
firing it off.
More
More
reputation.
rep, more rep, better rep.
Because if he's already doing dumb shit,
Yeah, higher
like,
street cred.
anyone who's
Jail
dumb
for that
enough,
crap. He's not shooting nobody,
anybody who's
Well,
dumb enough.
you think he's not stupid enough to do that when
That's what
he
I'm
just did
saying.
it?
Like,
You'll flash a gun.
anyone dumb enough to
Yeah, I
post
don't
this
know if
shit
it's-
in the middle of gun scandals and to post guns
Exactly.
on your thingy while you're in the NBA, like if unchecked, I'm not gonna put it past them to start like to actually like fire it at some point.
They was
No,
already
because
pointing lasers at
if you
people.
fire, okay, you flashing the guns not gonna get you in
They was
prison.
pointing
Firing the
lasers
gun
at people already though. His people
Okay,
was
it's
pointing
people,
lasers.
it's not him.
Okay,
It's not
but he's
YSL. This is not a freaking young guy. He's not the higher.
The Grizzlies Rico on the way, dude.
He's not the big guy.
He could be funding a criminal organization. He helps
Gonna
those
get him
groups
on a
out.
Rico
Grizzlies gonna be a criminal organization. It's gonna come out. The GM, the president,
Slanging
the owner. It's
crack.
gonna be all the way through.
Slanging
It's a
crack.
money laundering scheme the whole time. Like, I'm like,
Also,
I think it's really big though. I think this is a huge case.
Nah,
it
it's
is, but it's not
definitely
as
big,
like it's not
as big as you think it would.
because he's not gonna get charged with anything criminally, stuff like that. That's all I'm saying.
I
That's
thought
it.
it was a big case too.
he didn't harm nobody.
For the
like,
NBA, it's
like,
big, but
nobody
for the
got
NBA,
harmed.
I thought he
Big
would.
picture,
yeah,
it's not
I
big.
thought he would have suffered more repercussions. Though.
Yeah.
Do
Do you think
He's
he's
still
gonna
gonna.
lose
I
sponsors?
do think.
He already did.
Yeah.
Who?
I think Powerade said, or no, Nike said they support him, but
They're gonna
Damn.
try to help
Damn.
the famous image.
something like
Damn.
that.
Like, nah, we stand with him.
Just
I
do
think
it.
Powerade deleted all the ads.
Do
they had
it.
with him.
Just do
Oh,
it.
yeah, because they came out the same day.
Yeah, they
It's
deleted
crazy.
all
The
the
Powerade
Powerade
ads?
deleted all the ads that they made with him.
Damn.
But Nike
still got-
said
still got
Nike
paid
said
for
they're
it.
behind him.
Yeah, I mean, you still gotta get that.
The same day they released it.
They was
Nah,
really revamping themselves. Like, John.
Yeah, I feel bad for Powerade.
Powerade.
Because when you hear about Powerade before
bad for a
that
$1 billion
commercial?
conglomerate?
When's the last time you
I
heard
think
about
they tried
Powerade
to do
before
it
that
like
commercial?
John Wall, too.
McDonald's nigga
No.
from the.
They tried to
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
They tried to
That's
do it
all.
like
Junior
John
got
Wall or
that
something
shit.
too. Like back in the day, they tried to do it with John
They're
Wall and it
all for
didn't work.
Okay.
Now, Powerade is
But John
getting
Wall's
cooked by
not-
all the
It
companies.
didn't work.
As
It
big
did
as
not
Jaw.
work. Yeah.
He wasn't as big as Jaw though. Jaw's like super big to the point where I don't think this will even like cancel anything of his
What year
sponsors.
what
or
year
pushing
was
No,
that?
I'm a rant when I
It depends
talk
on
to
the year. John Wall was pretty big
2016?
in a couple years.
But the social
He was
media
like
wasn't
fucking a
as.
little bit. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Social media wasn't the same.
big.
So
His
Jaw-
presence wasn't
Jaw
as
is
big.
definitely bigger
Yeah.
now, but like John Wall was still like super known.
Prime
Yeah,
John
like-
Wall was
yeah,
crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
Prime John Wall was still
I
super
wanna
known. Like,
say
everybody,
this-
like knew Prime John Wall.
From what the Grizzlies
360.
have been saying, like they've been the Taylor Jenkins, they've been asking him about it. Dude, they're talking about it though, like he has cancer, bro.
Oh,
Because they're
bro.
saying, dude, they were saying something like, here, let me read it here.
Jenkins.
They said it's
they be
disrespectful
talking
to
like a
ask
guy
about
named
what's going on. I'm like, bro,
Healing
we just want to
process.
know like what the healing process, quote unquote, is.
I mean,
like what
They
is
kept
he
saying
actually
heal.
doing?
Like the healing shit maybe was like
Well,
annoying to me.
I heard
It's just
something.
like
it's
I
not.
thought he was on like drugs and alcohol or something like that.
I think that was like
Who
a
hurt?
report.
Nah,
I'm pretty sure that was just a report. I seen that too, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was like credible.
Oh, Ja.
I mean,
why I
he
like-
definitely be.
Well,
Like,
he definitely be taking. Like,
there's a
bro,
video of
yeah,
him
they be-
like
they be
down in
turning up,
drinks,
it's
but I don't
like-
think he's like alcoholic.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
He's just
think-
dumb. I just think he's stupid. Like
He
he's
likes to
immature.
just-
Like
He is stupid.
But he likes to just like show that.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I
does,
mean?
yeah.
I'm telling you, just
Yeah,
by
it's
the way,
immature,
I know
like-
it sounds stupid, but like just by the way he's holding that shit, I
He
don't.
don't use
Just by that, I don't think he would. Just because
Yeah,
he's
it's-
aware.
But we
of
know
how
he's not
dangerous
actual
this
gangster.
shit is just by the way he's holding that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You think it's just for the image,
He
right?
was, yeah. He was
Yeah,
trying to.
it's
He thought that
image,
shit was
bro.
hard. Like,
Why
yeah,
though?
for
I
sure,
want to know
100%.
why, your perspective why he wants.
Because he listens
Why-
to too. He
why
listens.
wouldn't
He
you?
hangs
Why
out
would
with
you?
too many people.
Bro,
that
Memphis.
It's about what people
you got all
value.
this
the
rap
people
going
around
on,
him
bro.
like that
Like,
shit.
it's
That's what I'm
very,
saying. Like people are gonna
He's
value
not
different
from
things.
Memphis,
Like
though. He's
Nah,
from like
but that's who you
the South. I
represent.
forgot where-
That's who you
where's
he's from
represent,
something
bro.
South. South
Oh,
You
South
can
Carolina.
Google
Carolina,
it. You can Google
That's
it.
who you represent though. Like,
But I mean that place is.
He listens to
Okay,
too
like-
much rap music that glorifies that shit too.
I don't think rap music is the
It's
reason.
not.
he's
No,
doing
he
all
came
that,
from
you know?
like. Bro,
I
he
do
came
think,
from.
I think that
It's a
He
small
did
part
come
of
from the
it.
hood. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, he ain't like he did come from the hood. Like he's not,
Yeah, yeah.
and he probably is like that. Like,
Is
but
it?
it's just like,
Nah,
I mean,
he's
not
not.
is no. I'm not talking about is like that
His
as in like,
homies
oh,
might
he a
be
gang,
like
like
that.
he a
Yeah,
banger.
maybe.
I'm saying he's like that as in like he grew up over there. You know, like not that he's actually banging.
He knows what it's like.
Like
Basically.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's still what he grew up around, regardless of if he's actually banging or not.
He's
Like,
not banging,
Even
but
if you're banging, you don't want to.
No,
You don't want to
that's
show people
but
that
at
you're
the
banging.
yeah, that's what I'm
too.
saying. At
the
the end of the
actual
day, like
the
it's
actual
dumb,
game
like-
bangers, they don't even like they're off the
Was there a
grid.
young
Like,
golf?
they don't
Was there a
give a
young
shit.
golfer on there
But
in
see,
Memphis during the time?
Yeah, when he died.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Grew up in a
He thinks he's Young Dolph.
That's what I'm
impoverished
saying. Yeah, it's
neighborhood, like,
stupid,
and he did.
And they'll try to protect him too to
So
make
what
sure
the
that he
fuck
makes
did
it out, and then
so
everybody
like, what thug was pulling up to fucking the suburbs and being like,
No,
no,
I'm saying
his
that-
homies
no,
was
he's
like that, so he tried to fit in. Probably.
Not
I
from
don't.
the burbs,
From
like,
where?
He's not from
Where
the
would,
burbs.
His
like-
homies was probably like from
But
the
I'm
actual hood.
telling
He's
you,
like, I'm a
if
fit
he's
in.
not from the
if he's
burbs.
from-
Like,
I swear to God, he is.
He's Adonis
Nah.
Creed.
You wanna look?
He's
He
from the
just-
burbs. His
yeah,
homies
yeah,
are.
I'll show you. No, it's okay.
I mean,
I'll show you.
But he went to a private school, no?
I think so.
He did not go to a
That's my
private-
Yeah,
point.
like-
I just saw a tweet right now.
He's Adonis Creed.
I'll
He's
put it
from the
up.
suburbs, but all homies are
Okay,
gang.
if that shit,
Like his mom and dad's still
then yeah.
together. He can't be that hood. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't, but like they have like a good relationship, you know? He had a
I don't know.
two-parent
I feel
household.
like if you're grinding,
Two-parent
I
household? Come
Hey
on, bro.
man,
That's
we
not
don't
all
all
you
get
need.
that, dog.
That's the cheat code.
feel like if you're grinding
Nah,
to
but
make
you-
it to the NBA, you don't have
statistically,
any
Steph
like.
Curry, bro.
Statistically, two-parent households is more likely to be success. Like that's
Yeah,
just a
it
fact.
is.
I'm sorry,
You
guys.
guys
but-
want to
yeah.
see these clips? This guy was saying, "I'm gonna leave it alone after this," but I've been telling y'all, Ja Morant been acting
Who is
like
this guy?
with
What's
him
his
a wild
credibility? This shit got 82 retweets.
But say the quote though. I
82.
wanna
Nah,
hear
but
what he
there's
said.
like videos and shit.
Can you not go to Twitter though? Can you
Say
go
he
to
learned the
like,
culture.
can you
I
go
just-
to
I
Google?
can't
Can you go to Google maybe or something?
He got a video of him dancing to rap music, and he's like, "Oh, he's from the hood."
He
Nah,
look
wait.
old already, dog. This college job.
Like, what does this make you tell you? That what does that?
It's
tell you
not
that he's from
done.
the hood?
It's
No,
not
it's not
done.
done
Damn.
yet. It's not done yet. It's not.
You heard the bring?
He's dapping his
That's
homie up.
TikTok.
TikTok? Is that TikTok?
That's a
That
friend,
doesn't
though,
prove
bro.
that you're from the hood.
Okay, I'm not. It's not the. Okay, look,
Bro,
can you
do
let the
you know
post
who
finish?
that nigga look like? He
Let
look
the
like.
post finish. That's not. Okay, this is him in that picture
Oh
that
my
everyone uses,
God.
right?
I just want to lose
That's
his
the
No, that's the one.
Look
Look
at-
at.
Oh,
That's I said that's the one that everyone uses for
he
that.
got
That
his
what's it
toes
called?
out in that fucking.
Oh my
Look.
God. Isaac was losing it, bro.
This is something in South Carolina. This is where he's from.
But he's not even in it though. How do you know he's from this part
That's
exactly?
his hometown. He went. To, okay, I'll show you.
No,
This
but what
more.
is this video though?
You know, nigga, you don't hear that shit.
I can't see. No, I see. But who's recording? Just random people.
I heard this shit down my street a few times, bro. Come on.
That's not the same.
You gotta
Nah,
give
that's-
me on
that's gunshots
Twitter,
for
dog.
sure.
I heard
You gotta give me
gunshots
on
from my house.
Twitter,
That don't mean I
dog.
live in the hood. I'm just
Same
saying.
with like St. Louis and stuff. You go to bad places.
Oh, no,
you're
St.
that's
Louis
outside.
is good as
Sumter,
fuck.
okay, it's like St. Louis is a big ass city. That's a
Yeah,
large city.
St. Louis is
Sumter
good, though.
is a small town. If you hear that shit, you can probably hear it from wherever you're at. Like,
I hear the shit in Van Nuys though. Like,
okay, but it's
Okay,
not the
but
same. Like,
Even if
Here, this shit
like
point was.
even
Okay,
if you're a
this is the
basketball,
one.
that doesn't mean that's the hood.
Like
Like
it says, the
hood.
internet also said Ja went to a private suburban school. That was also a lie. Don't believe everything you read on Twitter. Like, he went to.
While you're on
this
Twitter.
Is him, this is him, Crestwood, and obviously
He's in
but
middle
I'm
school,
saying-
by the way. He went to.
Nigga,
That
this
is a
nigga,
grown
that nigga,
ass-
6'3".
Yeah, he's an NBA player.
That
He's
is
gonna be
grown
bigger than
ass-
everybody.
Okay, nah, but he was already like 6'3".
regardless of
6'3"
even
now.
if he's
Like,
living in the
look,
hood or
look,
not,
look, look.
even
But
if
look
he's
at look
All
at
right,
Crestwood
enough,
High
enough,
School.
enough.
Look at 5 charges of fatal shooting at Crestwood High School.
The Sumter.
Look at Crestwood High School football player killed in something shooting Sunday. It's like he's
Hey.
not from a good place.
even
Like,
so, like even if you're
like-
grinding to play basketball, that should be more of a
no,
motivation
okay,
to get out.
That's
no?
my point. That's
Not
my
go
point.
back
I'm
in.
just saying we're not gonna act like he from the suburbs, like people be saying.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying like at the end of the day, you want to get away from this.
Exactly.
And,
that should
and
be
it's
more of a
dumb.
motivation.
And it's like you can have all the guns in the universe. You can have AKs.
universe.
You got Draco. Nigga, you can have Max, Glock, anything you want.
sure.
It's
GTA,
like
bro.
why are you posting it
Yeah.
like this? Like especially like little ass shit too. Like
I think
it's just
99.9%
dumb.
of
Like,
people
the
have
whole-
the same opinion, Omari.
yeah, yeah,
99.9% of people
I
have the
didn't say
same
having the
opinion.
guns is
What's them like
fine.
that?
Like,
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I thought
good
it
for
was.
you.
I
Like,
didn't-
good for you having the guns. Like,
I'm with Isaac on this one.
I don't think I didn't
yeah, the
think
guns should have been bigger. He would have been fine.
If it was bigger, more clout. Way more clout.
He's lucky it was
They're
as small
gonna
as
be
it
like,
was.
What do
he
you
a
tell him?
gangster.
Isaac, you should have put out the slide from
Oh my
Yeah.
god, the biggest
The
gun you got.
RPG.
for like
The
GTA
biggest gun you
Put
got.
the intervention on
Put
him.
out
Take
an
it out.
RPG.
Fuck it.
flamethrower in the
I'm from
club.
Chirac.
He got the
Where-
dual
where the
what was it,
clout?
pistols. Like,
Mustang and shot.
It's pack a punch. Like
at least it happened now. It's a learning.
He didn't even
lesson
pack
for
it punch it.
him,
You're right,
so
Isaac.
yeah,
SMH.
pack a
He
punch.
didn't even
yeah,
pack
I'm
it punch
saying.
that bitch.
I'm glad he learned while he's our age. Then
Now we got to see
We'll see.
how long do you think the
Oh, I saw.
suspension's gonna be?
I
for,
seen
though?
Gilbert Arenas. I said the rest of the year, including play. I saw Gilbert
Oh,
Arenas
no, I
say
think-
this, and I low key agree with him. He said that he literally. He has to like change his image completely. He all got to focus on his hoop. He can't be
Oh,
on
too.
social media. He can't be like out at clubs. He just got to focus on hooping, and he's 100% right.
I
If he
dis-
gets in any sort of like drama, it's just gonna add to people
Yeah,
piling
like-
on.
I disagree.
He got to
because
delete Twitter, honestly. He's
He
always on
did,
Twitter
he
too.
did already, and he
Good,
gotta keep it
thank
deleted.
God.
The reason I
Don't
disagree
beg
with
him.
that is because we're in a different time than when Gilbert Arenas was playing,
Yeah,
like
I'm about to say.
yeah, like you can watch games free for streaming. Like that's the type of era we're in. And Ja's talent is like super immense, like to the point where he can get away with a lot of things because of how talented he is.
I disagree.
That's
After
what-
this,
Hassan.
I disagree.
Hassan, he flashed the gun.
He did flash a gun. Don't flash
Like-
a gun again. Don't talk about don't talk as a thug again. Like Yes, focus
That's what
on
he said.
basketball more than you did before, but you can still be on Twitter tweeting certain things about and
Certain things. He has
He tweets
limits.
stupid
yeah,
stuff.
he has limitations. But he's saying just to stop doing everything, just focus on
No.
ball. It's
He
not
can
the
tweet
same
about
NBA
like
that it
ball and
was
stuff
before.
like that. He
Yeah.
can retweet like promotions or anything like charity work, but anything to do with
Yeah.
like club partying,
Yeah,
drugs.
obviously, you can't do that.
When he tweeted about hollows that one time. Like, what? Do you remember that tweet? He tweeted about hollows. Why?
I'll show you how
Dog,
these
we're not
hollows
watching
feel.
Bleach, bro. What are you doing?
This guy. So
He said
I'll
we're
show you
not
how
watching
these hollows feel. Oh,
There was
man,
also a
bro.
tweet. I'll show you
Why
guys
is he
right
doing
here.
this? And like, you just go back in his Twitter, like, bro,
So
please.
someone Photoshop, because his number is 12, right? Photoshopped the word fuck 12 on his back, and he retweeted it, said, I need that on my jersey.
There's
For
no way
real.
this guy's like this, bro. He's already, but his IQ is like so negative, it's crazy. I swear to God.
He's living a different lifestyle than we are.
Okay, but like
He's not living in the real world right now.
Yeah,
Is
but
what's
that-
not
there you
going
go.
on.
He
Yeah,
said
at
it
the
right.
end of the day, he's young, bro. If he got that millions,
young,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
like,
That's
but
why I
dog,
hope he
it's
learns
just-
from this.
yeah,
I
yeah,
hope
he has to learn from
You
it.
can't,
Like,
you can't
doesn't
be
make the
killing
same
him like
mistake.
that, like saying
Yeah,
he's the same
like-
age as this dude. This man's
if he was
living a
30, I'd
different
be like,
lifestyle.
nigga, you are 30
No,
years
You're
old.
23 with
You know,
listen,
like-
you're 23. If you're
At
in
this
Ja Morant's
age-
situation, you're not making that
You think
mistake.
if I was a popular influencer
You're
with
not
a
making
lot
that
of money,
mistake.
I'm
You're not
doing
making
something like
mistake.
that.
No, you're not. But you're gonna make mistakes.
But you're not
for
John
sure.
Morant.
Not that level
No,
of
I'm saying
mistake.
if he was.
No, it's not my mistake level. Like, I'm not gonna make that level of
But
mistake.
you have a different
Yeah, I don't know.
personality than John Morant. Obviously, you would.
Yeah.
But you may make a different mistake that he might not make.
Yeah, he definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just
At the end of the day, it's a
different
mistake,
people.
and
Yeah.
I'm glad it happened the way it did, so he can learn from it.
Recovery time.
And
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
of
glad-
the
I'm glad it was this stupid. Like
a lot
you
of
know,
the
like-
NBA like legends are like giving him advice. Like they're not saying, "Oh, he's a fucking," like they are saying
Paul
that,
Pierce.
but
Paul Pierce said
they're
it.
offering. Yeah, he said, "Yeah, stupid." He said he agreed with
No,
it.
I mean, like, Paul Pierce should be carrying a weapon after he got stabbed like 11 times. For sure, he should be carrying a gun. But don't promote him like you never said anything or show the accountability of him putting on an IG and like swinging it around.
But he did get fired from ESPN for like IG streaming the
Alright, that's
bitches.
him though. He can do that if he wants to. That's
Shit was
up to him.
legendary.
Yeah,
Legend.
that was a good
The party.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, Paul Pierce is wild.
The legend, bro.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
wrong.
Any more comments on Job before we
Demetrius.
get into
Oh, I
the
wanna
trivia?
talk about the-
Or
Any
something else in general.
I want to talk about the NFL stuff. The
What?
Lamar
Derek Carr?
thing, and then Derek Carr,
Lamar?
and
Aaron
Rodgers.
Is Lamar gonna go to the Raiders?
Dude, they doing. Can I say this real quick? They doing that man so fucking dirty. It's
Who?
disrespectful
Oh,
what they're
Ravens?
doing.
Yeah.
The whole league, bro.
Wait, the whole league? Why the whole league?
Okay, because
Let
they
him
were
cook, let him cook.
they were saying that Atlanta, Panthers, like some other teams were not interested in Lamar. Like you're paying 2 first-round picks and you got to pay him, but bro, that's literally asking for your friend. That's a cheat code for your franchise. You get that, man. You're an instant playoff team, especially in that division. Nobody's fucking with you, especially Atlanta. They're a run-heavy team. They already got a pretty good defense. Like that's just
You're
like
in the playoffs already, no
Bro,
matter what.
Yeah, the Ravens are begging you, like take him. He's a franchise quarterback, and the Falcons are like, nah, we'd rather have Mariota or
Yeah,
Desmond
ass
Ritter.
Ritter.
Like, come on,
Ass.
bro. That's so disrespectful.
Who's
Like
in their division?
Saints, who got Derek Carr, the Panthers, who have
Their ass.
Nobody.
nobody,
Drafting.
and then the Bucks, who just lost Tom Brady. And that's the Falcons. If they get Lamar Jackson, tell me not the instantly best team.
They're
in the-
deep. They're losing a lot of players too. The Bucks because of the cap. So
Yeah,
they're
and
not gonna be good.
the Panthers sold all their players, McCaffrey last
Yeah,
season.
the
So
only thing about like
Crazy.
Jackson and them not like the only reason why I don't think some teams to pass up on him is because like he is kind of old.
Oh, like
he's not.
27.
So in
and he won an
comparison,
MVP.
I'm just saying in comparison to like to drafting one of these new guys. coming
No,
up,
but you
know
can
what I
play
mean?
till you're freaking 40. If you're
Yeah,
that, if
yeah,
you're
but
him,
He's younger than that
I mean,
Stetson
he's-
Bennett kid.
Problem
like
is
26,
had
27,
injury
dude.
problems.
No, he's younger than
Had
one of the
injury
QBs in the
problems.
draft this year.
oh, yeah.
That's
No,
what's
Bennett's
crazy.
a different story.
That is
No, but he has
That is
had
so
injury
crazy if he's
problems.
actually
And also,
No, 'cause
I'll
Bennett's
say
been
this.
in. He's like a grown man, bro.
For sure. I'll say this injury concerns, fair point, 100%.
man.
But also, like, he has players that aren't as good as him. Like, who are we talking about? Daniel Jones,
There's a lot.
Deshaun Watson,
I know he's
Oh,
getting-
Aaron
I think Deshaun's
Rodgers,
better. I think Deshaun's
Russell
better.
Wilson are getting guaranteed
Deshaun is
tags,
better.
and they haven't even come close to doing
No,
what
he
Lamar
definitely
has done.
does deserve it. I'm just saying, like, I understand why some teams would not. You know?
I get the
Just to
injury
start,
concern.
like,
You
yeah.
don't think Deshaun's like skill
But
wise?
he's definitely a fucking.
He's up there.
he's a
yeah,
dude.
but he's
Every team
honestly,
should
like,
he's a dude.
be interested. That's what
for
I'm saying.
sure.
It's
For
a
sure.
contract
Most
issue,
teams
obviously.
should.
Like-
you don't think
It is a
what's his name? Deshaun Watson's better than Lamar skill wise?
No.
But he has a lot
Really?
of flack behind him too, though.
Yeah,
bro.
that's
like,
bad.
That
that's
and
something.
even what I saw last year at the end of the year.
Oh, we can't count that year.
Yes,
though.
I can. That's the last
That's
I've
an
seen
off
of him.
year. I'm talking about
Oh,
before.
last year?
Before
Prior.
sure,
Before
but
the
I'm taking the
suspensions.
most recent
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I've seen. Even Lamar before he got hurt,
He
they were
played for a
leading the
minute.
division, and so when he got hurt, they put in Brett Hundley, Pro Bowler, and they slipped out the playoffs. With him, they were actually leading division with the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns. So
I think like
that's why I also feel like it's disrespect. Yeah, he's younger than
only
Mahomes.
26. Yeah,
Same age as Burrow. Like, come on.
yeah, and he's been in the league longer than Burrow has. I feel like he's kind of trapped in a situation because
Yes,
he's asking
he
for
is.
so much guaranteed, and at the Sean situation,
Dak got more than
It
him.
fucked up a
he's
lot of
asking for way more than Dak. Daniel Jones, he's asking for like mad guaranteed.
No,
money.
he
wants
wants
like
Deshaun
200.
Watson's contract.
He wants
That's
like
what he said.
he wants 200.
That
Wants the
Deshaun-
same contract?
yeah,
same
he wants it all guaranteed. That's why.
But it makes sense though because they gave that
No, but-
Deshaun that when he was going through all that shit. Like,
It's a mistake.
Lamar's better.
That's why it's a
Okay,
mistake.
and that's
The reason they're
that's
not
the
trying to
thing.
do it is
Yeah, it
because
is
the
a
owners
mistake.
don't want to make a
It's a
230 million
mistake,
like
bro. It was a
because once
mistake.
Commitment?
if
A commitment?
Yeah, commitment like that.
Yeah.
Because once Lamar gets it, everybody else is getting it too. You don't want the market
The
to be
benchmark.
dictated like that, so
And
to the
it's-
point where they
They
don't want
fucked up.
to get
They
that
should have
money.
locked him up years ago because
Yeah.
Mahomes took that nice
Oh,
deal,
yeah, yeah.
and that was like okay.
10 years,
He
500
would have
million.
taken that same nice
That's
deal.
crazy.
Because now Mahomes is like,
Deshaun messed up the game.
yeah,
for
and then
sure.
Deshaun got that, and now it's
Like
all
Rudy
fucked
Gobert.
up.
Like Gobert, like Gobert.
But
did.
they're trying to make sure that nobody gets a Deshaun contract
Browns
ever
are
again.
fucking
Because
retarded,
the
bro.
owners, man.
no, but there's
Retarded.
4 other teams that were going to do the same thing.
No,
Panthers,
no,
Falcons.
No,
No,
not the same
Falcons
thing.
didn't want to give him the
Not the
guarantee, but they
same
were going to
thing.
give him the
They're gonna
money.
give him-
Not
yeah,
the
they're gonna give him
same
money.
They wanted to give him half the guarantee.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
the Browns knew that if they wanted to get him, they're going to have to do this.
Guarantee,
Yeah,
yeah.
What they
They're-
give Jones? What they give Jones right now?
40 million, but
Fucking
140
40 million
million
guaranteed?
Yeah, yeah.
years,
But
I
that's
think,
what he
no?
was
How many
asking
years?
for.
140 guaranteed for 4 years.
Well, Lamar's asking
So what do you
for
think? What do you think he expects? What do you think Lamar's deserved? Like,
Lamar-
honestly, tell me what you think he deserves.
At least
That's
180.
180.
At least
Yeah,
180.
more than
He
Kyler,
deserves
for
a good
sure.
amount.
200 or no?
What did Kyler
Maybe 200,
Like-
200
Kyler's like
over
190.
200, but not
Signed though,
200
right?
guaranteed.
He is
Kyler
like
is
either
how much?
160 or 190.
Oh yeah,
See,
Kyler got more than him.
Kyler looked
Kyler got
mid-Murray
more than
right
him.
now.
He's trying to get more
It's
than
like
Kyler.
190.
Kyler
He
maybe.
should. He deserves more.
Yeah, I think
He
he's
does
got-
deserve
he's
more.
got-
Kyler doesn't have the
deserves more than
accolades.
So
Kyler.
like there you go. Compared to like to other people, I mean Lamar does deserve it. Like look at
Yeah,
Jones,
he
look
does,
at
but they
Kyler.
just- they just
No, he
don't
Like,
know.
definitely does
The
deserve
thing is, like, yeah, he
They just
definitely
what are they
deserves it.
doing? Like what's actually like
They
happening?
don't want the market to be 230 million for
Yeah.
other QBs.
But this is
They're trying to
Lamar
say,
Jackson
hell
though.
no.
It's not like
Even
every other
200.
QB.
Things that hold him back. Two things. It's
Oh
his
my God, I saw the
injuries and
numbers.
his bad year on throwing.
So he
One
got
year where he couldn't
230 million with 160 guaranteed.
160 guaranteed.
Lamar getting more than that. He has.
Yeah, yeah, no, he's been
No,
offered
he's
more
like-
than that.
so, like,
He's been
why-
offered more than that. He just wants the Deshaun contract.
He wants like
guaranteed.
200.
Oh, full
He wants at
guarantee?
least
Yeah, full
200
guarantee.
guarantee though.
So then that's difficult.
And they
because-
offered him 180. Before.
Yeah, and then if your teams, if Baltimore's are going to offer that to you, and then the franchise tag that they gave him, like, puts you in a crazy situation because you're going to have to give up 2 first-round picks, even
Yeah,
if you
that
get
is
Lamar, which is terrible. And then,
But for some teams, like I said, the Falcons, it'd be worth it. Like
yeah,
the
but
teams
then,
like that.
you can offer it, and then you can offer the contract, and then Baltimore can just match it, and you just wasted your time. So you're in a kind of a
But it's-
terrible situation. You know?
It's fine if you don't get him. It's like you know, it's like a to me. It's like if that situation comes, it's like a lucky chance that someone like this fell into your lap. If it doesn't happen, you weren't expecting it anyway. But the fact that it's
No, but-
out there, you should try to pursue it in some way.
yeah.
Yeah, niggas
you're
like the
right.
Raiders, like, I mean, I don't know, whatever
It's
they
tough,
have,
though.
like,
It's tough.
Especially
It's
teams with like
tough.
first round picks to spare. I don't really know what
Two
teams
first
have
rounders,
multiple, but
bro.
teams
Yeah,
have.
you lose
Bro,
2
there's
first
like
rounders is
87
like a trade,
rounds.
though.
But I'm saying some
We're
of
even
the
talking about this with
like
Rodgers.
15 rounds.
Is he even going to go for 2 first rounders?
No, you are right.
Think of
but
Brady.
Lamar is worth the first round in a trade. The only thing is that in addition to the contract is a lot
It's
to
a
commit.
lot, bro.
But at the same time, if you're a team with an abundance of first round picks, like more than one this year, you could kind of afford that.
Like the
'Cause you-
Rams kind of thing they did with the trade.
Yeah.
They
And like
get
the
all the
Lions
picks.
now have 2 first round picks. I'm not saying they should get him, but like a team because they have Goff, they're paying him all the money. But like a team like that with more than one
That would
first,
be
2
crazy.
first
That
round
goes
picks.
back to my point though of them all being cahoots of like, oh, we're not giving another man 230 million like we did to
yeah,
Sean.
I
They are,
definitely
of
think they're
course
doing
they
it.
are.
Like, he's in a-
The
in a
owners
position
don't
where
care
he's
about the
way
players.
screwed.
Yeah, the owners don't care. They don't want the
Screwed.
niggas to get paid.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So where do you?
So,
where
like,
do
even I think he's gonna go back to Baltimore.
that I was gonna say where do you think the Lamar will end up?
He's probably gonna play on the
Baltimore.
franchise tag. I say.
Yeah.
Okay, Isaiah.
Terrible.
Baltimore.
Or he's gonna,
Baltimore.
And 2 things is gonna happen from that. He's either gonna outplay that, and now he's gonna request even more money, and now you're ultra fucked. Or if he gets hurt or
gonna
underperforms,
get
that
hurt.
he screwed himself because he
and
didn't
if
take.
he
I'm
folds and
hurt.
takes the contract,
Yes.
if he folds and
I'm
takes the contract,
hurt.
he makes the benchmark for everybody else
leg.
getting the same amount of money that he did.
Yeah.
Because he'll get more than Kyler no matter like if they figure out the terms on what contract
should.
he's gonna get more than Kyler.
he should get at least
He will.
180. He deserves
Yeah,
at least
he
180.
like-
I'm pretty sure he's asking for
Dog, if
like
it's
Damn.
close to Jones, it's gonna be annoying as hell. Like, I'm gonna be pissed.
He's not getting anything close to what Jones' contract was terrible in of itself.
Yeah.
He's not getting
I
anything
don't know
close to Jones.
why
He'll pay
he
much
would
more.
sign that motherfucker.
After that one
Oh,
He's
season,
got legs.
But this
He
was
got
expected
legs
to be
on.
something Gotti. I remember.
I I need
Like,
to see this.
This is
bro.
supposed to be like OP, like because it was like, but didn't happen.
Yeah,
Oh
Jones
my
nice.
god.
Okay, yeah. He's
But that's a different story though.
Russell
That's
Wilson's like-
circumstance.
how much Russell Wilson's making this year?
Hella mid.
Guaranteed. 49.
He
7 years, 296 million.
Mid.
No, that's he signed a
What's he
5-year,
guaranteed, though?
242 million extension, including 50 million signing bonus, 161 guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Damn,
Kyler
he
has the most
getting paid.
guaranteed.
But he has more total money.
He has
Yeah,
more total money.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, he's
But yeah, Lamar got to exceed these numbers.
Mr. Unlimited.
Oh, camera's about to
He's
fucking
hater,
die,
dog.
bro.
Is that your only battery?
Motherfucker.
Is that your only battery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should do the trivia next time then.
No, though.
How long does it
No
have
one's
left?
gonna research anything.
How long does it have left right now?
Yeah, but like we don't know the answer. We don't know the questions. It's not like we can. Just,
All right,
we're
we'll do it
study.
next time. We'll do it next time.
Yeah, we're not gonna
All right.
study. Like,
All right, I
That's
guess
solid.
that'll be it. Short episode today for the ball don't lie.
That's pretty good still.
Yeah.
Camera's dying. We'll got
Good
trivia
content,
for you
too.
next time, then, and these guys know. You guys can think about the
Bet your
teams.
money on me right. Bet your money on me right now.
I will tell you the teams next time.
If you want to make a bigger episode, I could add more questions. Like,
yeah.
okay.
We can do
If I win the trivia, y'all owe me a sub.
we can do
Alright,
challenges right after too.
Yeah,
Like,
we
can
could
make
just
a
do
whole
a
thing.
trivia
Yeah.
episode and a challenges and not even film a podcast.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get my.
Like every week, like damn.
Hey yo, hey yo.
All right.
What did I say?
See you on the next one. Take care. Leave a like. We're trying to hit 25 likes.
Trying to get my.
So if it's not at that,
Do the
leave a
John
like.
impression.
How the fuck
All right, we out. See you on the next one.
First.
21.
First for
Can
draw.
you do something for me?